Give $200 billion to Ukraine and only give $700 to the Lions. But if you want to mass murder and depopulate, have a post-industrial world, and bring in neo-feudalism, it's what you got to do. And a lot of times when societies are hit by a super tyranny, and they hadn't previously faced one, they don't know how to deal with it because they can't believe it's happening. But we're at that point. This bad thing is happening to all of us. Whether you live in Australia, Germany, Canada, the U.S., Mexico, it's the same New World Order, the same projects, the same people, the same operation. It's a big global operation, but if you know its plan, it's easy to beat if you simply oppose everything they say and do. And the good news is, in Lahaina, the silver lining in that firestorm is nobody, and I mean, I don't think anybody is buying this. And the government's got their tail between their legs, but they're still not helping people. They're keeping the media out. Tucker Carlson said with Robert F. Kennedy on Monday, he said, we're all Alex Jones now. He was right. It's not about me being right, but it's about they tried to destroy me because they knew I was over the target. I got their number. All I do is study these people. And as soon as the general public starts studying them and realizes what villains they are, and they you administratively by cutting off the resources, destroying culture, it's game over. We stand up to somebody with tanks and guns. We're not wimps. We just are distracted and asleep. And as soon as we're not asleep anymore, the beginning of the end for the New World Order is here. And all the poison shot news is coming out.
My neighborhood was already a very, very safe neighborhood. That's why we moved there. Inevitably, the only police activity was when they were coming to arrest somebody at my home. Nothing was ever stolen from my vehicles. Nothing was ever burgled at my home, except if you count the sheriff's department. They're the ones that were at my house. They're the ones that were taking things that didn't belong to them. They were the ones entering without a warrant.
It's the police that I have to worry about. And it's the same for my kids too. And it shouldn't be that way. They're the ones that we should be able to call when we need help, not be fearful of.
The only thing they were doing was taking me to jail or exploiting me by taking my money from me.
You want to go to jail? Pick up that kid. Pick up the kid. Pick up the kid. Bro, she's holding on and go. Yeah, so let go.
Will you call?
Go ahead and call. Take the baby, please. You're under arrest, man. Stop resisting. From that, Leah. Stop. Resist.
On September 18, 2018, Pasco County, Florida resident Tammy Hallman was forcefully removed from her home after years of being harassed by the Pasco County Sheriff's Office.
It all started when my son got in trouble. The police just started coming to our house multiple times a day, harassing us, and just, it was ridiculous, to the point where nobody wanted to even be at their own home. Nobody wanted to even be at their own home. It was a very scary feeling. It was really uneasy.
Worried about my kids, wondering what I did to deserve this. I had no understanding about anything other than that. The truth is that the first arrest of my son began the enormous amount of police activity at my home for no reason. And I'm gonna call it harassment because that's what they called it.
Come on, man. Can you come talk to us? Why, you have warrants? To us? Why, you have warrants? Then why won't you come talk to us?
Hey, sorry to freak you out. We were just looking for, is Delana here?
Hello, is Bobby here?
Tyler, open the door, man. We're just coming to check up on you because I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm Corporal O'Haight. I'm the one who spoke to you on the phone.
Yeah.
Anthony here?
No, he's not.
He's not here. Is he hanging out with some friends?
In 2011, 35-year-old Chris Nacco was appointed sheriff of Pasco County. Sheriff Nacco set out to reimagine policing in Pasco County by adopting a controversial model of policing called predictive policing to stop crime before it even happened.
aggressive sheriff, planning
One of NACO's squads, known as the Strategic Targeted Area Response Team, set out into their community with various lists of names, harassing residents they suspected might commit unspecified future crimes, along with their family members.
When I was on my way to jail, the officer began to tell me that if they're coming out to your house, they're going to get you with something. Either it's a code violation, whatever it is, they will come after you and they will enforce their zero tolerance policy in any means possible.
So here's the policy in the agency. I'll explain it to you so it makes sense. If people have themselves or their people that live in the house are committing crimes and victimizing the community, then the direction we receive from our sheriff's office from the top down is to go out there and every single violation that person commits to enforce it upon them.
This list uses a point system based on interactions with the law. The points are tallied up, and the sheriff's office is left with their list of citizens to target.
Yeah, they have like a list of people that used to get in trouble but don't anymore, and we just make sure everybody's doing good.
You staying out of trouble? When was the last time you were in trouble?
Citizens are given points for offenses, or even for being suspected of an offense.
Tell him we know he's there.
Tyler, come outside.
Usually when they were frequenting us, it was usually about anywhere from once a day to multiple times a day. There may be a break where they weren't there for a few days and then would come back.
Some families were harassed more than others.
What's up? Is Donnie here? Is Donnie home? Hey, Donnie home?
I'm looking for Donnie.
Is Donnie around? We're looking for Donnie. You know that, right?
Hey, morning, Donnie. How you doing?
They were always targeting my family. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been here several times a day or multiple times a week. We were definitely being targeted.
Start gathering, what my kids would tell me when they were there, when I would see them there. And these kids are scared. All they've seen is these guys take their brother to jail, their dad to jail. They've yelled at their mother that they're going to take her to jail. And now they're yelling at them. Come to the door. Talk to us.
Whenever we run out, try to bring back dinner or something, the kids are getting bangs on the door, and these officers are wanting to talk to my kids too. And my kids don't know any more than we do. Every single time I try to give a little bit to you guys, I end up with this, and it's even 10 times worse than it started out as.
Many times when the police would come to our house, they were very disrespectful. They didn't care who we were. They looked at us as if we're not an officer, then we're not one of them.
Man, listen, we don't have time for your game. You're an idiot. You're inside of a house. How are you being detained, moron?
Yeah, you're fat and ugly. Shut the hell up.
Hey, let's stir something up with this.
So with what?
Whatever you saw, which is police talk for their bunch of
One day they were here, they gave me, I believe the day that they were here, it was for numbers on my mailbox. I didn't have any numbers on the mailbox, so they gave me a citation.
The first citation violation I received was for overgrown grass.
The following day, they came back for another citation for chickens that I had in my yard.
The next one I received was for my double jet ski trailer being parked on the opposite side of my 5x8 enclosed trailer.
This one is for having the boats trailers. They have to be on one side of the property. You can't have them on one on each side of the property.
Points are also given for missed court dates, probation violations, and appearing in 5 or more police reports, even if they were only listed as a witness or a victim. A former Pasco County deputy was ordered to randomly show up at the homes with the sole purpose of making the family uncomfortable, sometimes showing up as many as 5 times in one day. They would even go as far as sitting outside the home overnight.
They were trying to claim that there was a snake crawling into my garage and somehow that's a violation. Numbers not being visible on the front of my house.
This one here is the address. That light is covering up that address.
The reality was these guys were taking a ruler and measuring dandelion.
And this one is for overgrown. The grass underneath and on the side and the back of the house is over 12 inches.
Same county ordinance violation.
Accumulation of junk and debris.
That's what I'm thinking, right?
What else they got? I don't know. Piece of fence.
Well, you got violations here, so it's not like he made them up.
They just tape them to your door. So there's a possibility that you may not even get it. And this is a court date that you are required to attend. So if you don't attend that court date because you didn't receive the letter, then you're in even more trouble.
Okay, Tammy, I'm gonna leave your citation in the door. Just make sure you make the court date.
or else you're gonna have a warrant.
I believe it's their way of showing that their crime rates are going down is to just chase people away.
Deputies meet weekly to discuss who to target, sharing information on targeted persons, including lists of their associates and family members.
It got so bad that I packed up and I moved my family that night out of Pasco County.
At the end of each year, deputies are rewarded for their harassment. Other deputies boasted in their performance reviews that their harassment succeeded in getting a target's family member evicted from her home.
Every single time the Pasco County Sheriff's Department arrested me, they dropped every charge because there was no evidence.
In 2021, 4 plaintiffs, including Tammy and Robert, sued to challenge the sheriff's program.
I know that if nobody stops them, they're going to continue to do this to other people. I got put on some secret list to be targeted because the truth is they wanted me out of the neighborhood.
I'm hoping to get out of this lawsuit justice. I want the policy to end. Nobody should be going through this.
And I guess in a way this, without being lawyers, is the way I can contribute. And I think that's my job.
This should never have taken place in the first place. This is a horrible policy. This is against everyone's rights, and it's just disgusting.
If this intelligence-led policing program was so great, then I'd like to find one person it helped.
NACO's program violates the Fourth Amendment right to be secure from unreasonable searches and seizures. Pasco Sheriff's Office does not give notice to targeted people or their parents that they've been placed on a list, or the opportunity to try to get off that list. Law enforcement should never show up at your home, interrogate you, and refuse to leave just because someone in the home was placed on a list.
This is one of them situations where we have to win. There is no other outcome. No matter how bad sometimes things get, you just have to keep believing that right is still right and wrong is still wrong. If everybody could do that, this place will be a better place.
Shadow Mountain, that's where they made the discovery. It's an area so remote, dirt roads are the only way in.
I do a lot of jobs and stuff out that way, and I've driven out to Nevada going that way, and there's nothing out there, so I'm surprised even somebody got a call about it.
Aren't saying who called, but say it started as a welfare check. And deputies used helicopters to fly in, hoping to find more clues.
A man tased by police officers was engulfed by fire. Arkansas State Police have
The York County Sheriff's Office facing a lawsuit. Attorneys for Trevor Mullinex say deputies were negligent and malicious.
This arrest, it shows him tase the man and accidentally set that suspect on fire. Shows us how this case could cost taxpayers millions of dollars.
Charged with kidnapping his then wife, domestic abuse, and interfering with a 911 call back in 2021. Each charge dismissed, and he only walked away with a misdemeanor charge for disturbing the peace. Now his ex-wife claims he strangled her oldest son while also attacking her.
Walking by the camera in stony silence is Sergeant Christopher Gellenbeck. He was in and out of Oklahoma County Court for nearly a year on allegations of domestic violence, resulting in, quote, visible injuries. The officer ultimately ending up in court. Each charge dismissed by the state, citing she was uncooperative. He was only charged with a misdemeanor for disturbing the peace.
During this attack, the female tried to call 911.
Now, he's been arrested again for allegedly strangling his oldest son for trying to break up a fight between his parents. Court records from 2021 claim Gellenbeck previously smashed a safe door into his ex-wife's body. Oklahoma City police now investigating while Gellenbeck is on paid leave. Beck's ex-wife filed for an emergency protection order Monday. The request stating Gellenbeck has access to firearms because of his position with Oklahoma City police, saying, quote, "I am afraid for my family's lives due to how dangerous Christopher is. I truly believe if he gets close to us again, he will kill us."
It just didn't meet the criteria.
Oklahoma County Judge Barry Hafer ruled that Gellenbeck could have the children a few days a week.